Hey, listen, how many times have you said to yourself that you're just not a morning person? I get it. I was never a morning person myself. I'm a former computer engineer, and as a computer engineer, you're used to staying up super late every night, till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, doing coding sessions, and then waking up around 8 or 9 o'clock. And I thought that was just my rhythm. I thought my circadian rhythm was permanently set, and I lived majority of my life kind of stuck in that zone. And there was a mindset shift that someone said to me that completely changed my perspective. And within a quick period of time, I was able to make that transition from night owl to morning person and get all the benefits that you hear everyone talking about. All the world's millionaires and billionaires all talk about how they're part of the 5 a.m. club, and they wake up at super early in the morning. And I finally got a chance to taste it and made that transition. And if you have this same story that your circadian rhythm is permanently set, I want to empower you in this episode with a quick little mindset shift that might open up a whole new world of possibilities for you. My name is Jarvis, and I'm the Morning Hero. I show people how to turn themselves into superheroes first thing in the morning so that they can be more productive and maximize every minute of their day. And you can go to themorninghero.com and you can learn about our morning masterminds and our morning accelerators to help people take better charge and ownership of their day, which then materializes into better results in every area of their life. So that's at themorninghero.com. And if this is your first time joining and watching, I encourage you to go ahead and subscribe and hit the little notification icon because I post videos 3 times a week where I just give tips and tricks of how to own your day so you can own your life. So I'm a former computer engineer, and every night, from 10, I always said from 10 to 2 is where I got my most productive work done. That's when I'm on my laptop. And I transitioned into the business world. I left engineering and went into the business world, and I kept that same rhythm. And so, but instead of being up late on my laptop working and coding, I would just be up late and not really doing much productive with that time. I would just be up late. Like I thought my brain was permanently set and my body chemistry was permanently set to that rhythm, and that was just destined for me for life. And so I would just be up late, doing random stuff, watching Netflix, playing on Instagram, doing research on my computer until I eventually fall asleep somewhere around 1 a.m. And then I would get up around 7, 8 o'clock the next day. And I thought that was just how life was. And I just got into the rhythm where I would wake up always kind of feeling like I was already behind. Like by the time I got up in the morning, I would open my email inbox and there's a barrage of messages in there waiting for me. I got text messages waiting for me. And it just seemed like the world was spinning, like everything was already going. I call it the whirlwind. The whirlwind was already turning, and I would just get sucked into the whirlwind every morning. And then all day long, I'm kind of just playing catch up, just bouncing around, doing from task to task, trying. I'm extremely busy all day, and I never really felt like I was getting ahead. And so years would go by, and I looked up one year and I was like, I haven't really made any meaningful progress. Like every day I'm just kind of sucked into this firestorm of the day, but I don't really feel like I'm getting ahead. Like I'm just kind of in quicksand. I'm walking through sludge. And I was talking to a friend of mine about this, and he was like, well, why don't you just wake up a little earlier every day? Like he was a part of the 5 a.m. club. He was one of those guys. He was one of those morning people that I hated. And he's like, why don't you just wake up earlier? That way you get a head start before all the craziness gets going. And I was like, oh, no, I could never do that. I'm an engineer. Like it's built into my DNA. I could never be one of you. I could never wake up at 5 a.m. That's just not who I am. And then he said something pretty powerful that opened up my mind. He's like, well, I get it, but have you ever traveled to a different time zone? I was like, yeah. He's like, well, did you get accustomed to the new time zone after a few days? I was like, yeah. I was groggy the first couple of days, but I got accustomed. He's like, well, there you go. You just proved that your rhythm isn't set in stone. Like, you can change your circadian rhythm. It might take a couple days, it might take a couple weeks, but your body gets adjusted to any rhythm that you set. Like, all it requires is you setting yourself a new rhythm for yourself, and your body would get adjusted to it. And I was like, damn, that makes a lot of sense. He was like, yeah, like, think about it. Like, how do you think people can work a graveyard shift? A graveyard shift is where they work all night long and then they sleep during the day. Like, how do you think people can get their bodies accustomed to working a graveyard shift? Like, you can shift your rhythm. There's no such thing as a circadian rhythm that's set in stone. You can change it. And I was like, well, damn, when you put it that way, okay. Well, then he's like, well, so the thing is, you just got to start going to bed a little earlier. And essentially, you got to shut down your night so you can wake up a little earlier. And I thought about what I was doing at night, from the hours of 10 p.m. to 1 in the morning. I wasn't really doing much. And he was like, well, there you go. All you do is you trade your useless evenings for productive mornings. He said, all you're going to do is just trade your useless evenings for productive mornings. Boom. That day I committed. I was like, okay, I'm gonna start waking up at 5 a.m. And boy, it was not easy. I'm not gonna just say it was all like rainbows and fluffy kittens. It was hard. Like, my body actually did have to go through this transition. And so the first thing is, I was able to make the transition. I started waking up at 5 a.m. And once I got consistent with it, he was absolutely right. The world did open up for me. I started seeing the power of what I started recognizing why so many of the world's most successful people wake up early. And it's because they have time for themselves to get a head start over everyone else. Like, they don't have to deal with the barrage of notifications and emails and obstructions and interruptions. Like, they get time to get all their everything they need to get done for themselves, their mental clarity, to meditate and to plan out their day and to map out their goals. They get time to start working on projects and dishing and delegating things before everyone else starts getting in their way. Like, they get time to own the day before the day owns them. And so I started to experience that, and it was amazing. In fact, that's how the morning hero was born. So I found that in the morning, I turned into a hero every day. And so that's where the name, the morning hero, came from. But it was hard. It was a hard transition. And the way I had to find some sort of accountability first thing in the morning, something to hold me accountable to waking up, that I had to wake up to, almost like an appointment. Because if I didn't have that, the first time, several times I've tried to do this, it never worked. I would wake up at 5 a.m. for the first 3 or 4 days, and I would go back to my old rhythm. So I had to have like some sort of standing appointment in the morning that kept me accountable to waking up. Like, so in my case, I signed up for a gym class, a 5 a.m. gym class, and that held me accountable. Like, I had to be there. And that is what got me over this hump to make that full transition, to train my body to a new rhythm. And in fact, that's actually why I built the Morning Mastermind. And the Morning Hero Masterminds, it's that thing. It's that standing appointment first thing in the morning to help people get over that hump, to help train their new circadian rhythm. And so what it is we get on a Zoom call at either 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. And that's the thing that people, they hop on this Zoom call. It gets them up and they hop on the call. And on the call, we get aligned on what your goals and priorities are for the day. And by the time we get off the call, most people then go off and do their exercise. So by 6 in the morning, they got up, got their day started with momentum. They've planned and organized their day. They had some time for themselves, and they got some exercise in. All before, while most people are still like rolling around in bed, they're already rolling and got a head start on the day with full steam and full momentum. And so that's the premise of the Morning Hero Morning Masterminds. And if you feel like your days are kind of chaotic and cluttered and you're just waking up right into a firestorm every day and you never feel like you're getting ahead, two things. One, I'll challenge you that you can change your circadian rhythm. You can wake up a little earlier to get a head start, so where you can start seeing that momentum. And two, the thing, it's going to take time. It's going to be hard, and you will need something in the morning that will get you up. That's going to almost like force you to get up, and almost like, attend it. Is some sort of standing meeting in the morning that's going to help you get over that hump where your body's going to resist. Your body's going to want to go back to sleep, but you need something that's going to get you out of bed. And we have these morning masterminds that will help you get over that hump so that you can build this new rhythm for yourself, because you can do it. There's nothing in your biological DNA that says that you can't wake up extra hour or even an extra 2 hours earlier than you are now. You just have to train yourself. And these morning hero masterminds are the perfect way to help train this new rhythm so you can get all the same advantages that the world's richest and most successful people get first thing in the morning. So there should be a link down below where you can apply for one of our Morning Hero Mastermind groups, so you can start turning into a superhero first thing in the morning. So go ahead and click the link below and apply, and I look forward to seeing you at 5 a.m. Let's go do this. All right, now it's your turn. Go out there, do more, be more, and achieve more than you ever have before. This is Jarvis. Go out there and save the world. See you in the next lesson.